वे ग्रामीण औरतें जो 10-10, 12, 15 किलोमीटर पैदल एक पानी का घड़ा लेने जाती, वो असली भारत है। उनकी बात को टेबल पे लेकर के आना बहुत जरूरी है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Bhupendra Chaudhary ji. Well said. May I request Honorable MP Premachandran ji to have a few valuable words for this gathering.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I take this opportunity to congratulate and appreciate Madam Kavitha ji for initiating this discussion and bringing this issue in the national political platform. The need of passing the women's reservation bill, and really it is an appreciable thing Madam Kavitha ji has done, for which really she deserves congratulations, and I would like to place it on record. And the main focal issue to be discussed, I think, is, because it is very interesting in independent India, this is one of the very different legislation by which the entire political parties, whether it is the government or the opposition, all are unanimously supporting a particular bill, but it is not getting passed. There is really a contradiction which we are seeing in post-independent India. Because the government is interested in passing the bill, the opposition is also supporting it. Why it is being get passed? That is the issue to be discussed. So definitely the political parties coming out for support of this bill should show the political will that should be exposed. For which definitely a bill has to be placed, introduced before the House, but unfortunately no bill is coming from the part of the government. Now most of the students who have asked the question regarding the private members bill, yes, we are having the right and there are chances of introducing the private member bill, and if it is, there is a luck, because it is by law, it is coming before the consideration of the House. When it comes, definitely it will be discussed, but at the same time, the political will of the government is highly essential to have it introduced in the House and to get it passed. Even the major political parties, almost all the political parties, you see the government as well as the opposition party led by Congress, even Congress, left parties, all BRS, all the political parties are supporting the bill, but not getting passed. It is really a contradiction, and it is mocking the parliamentary democracy in our country. The will of the people is in favor of passing the women's reservation bill, but quite unfortunate to say that the majority leading the political leadership is not willing to pass it in an indirect way. That is actually happening in our country. At the same time, I would like to add one more point, because the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment, if you see, the Panchayati Raj system as well as the Nagarapalika system, so many powers which were vested with the state government were transferred to the local self-governments or the local bodies. And you may see after all these decades, not even a single power or a provision or authority which is being entrusted with the central government, union government, has not been transferred to the state government. This is the way by which the government, union government, is dealing in a federal democracy. We are always talking about the corporate federalism, all these things, but in practice it is not been seen. This is the thing now we are also seeing in the case of the women reservation bill also. And the third point which I would like to make is regarding the political parties should also come out with their sincerity by showing that women should be given adequate representation in the elections, in parliament election as well as assembly election, so as to prove their bona fides in passing the women's reservation bill. Then only it will get a momentum in the national political platform so as to get it considered and passed in the House. These are the observations which I would like to make. And we have received a very good research paper on the part of this Bharat Jagradai, and even a copy or a model private member bill, even questions, everything has been prepared. We are very thankful to the organizers, and definitely we will take up this matter. But at the same time, I would like to reiterate the political will of the political parties at the national level, in the parliament and outside, is highly essential. That is one of the requirement of this hour to get it passed. With these words, I conclude. Thank you very much.
John Britas is coming in 15 minutes. One second. Just write down the names. No? So anyway, no? So we'll just conclude then. I'll speak, and if he joins by then, it's okay. Otherwise, we'll conclude. Okay. Sir, Brent. Thank you, sir.
Here, after listening all opinions of the political parties, it's almost all, including BJP, everybody accepting the modernization bill. They are not opposing. But the bill is not coming out. My proposal, that's the only proposal I have discussed by party also, and also to think about this program, all political parties. Why not we mobilize women folk? How the farmers' association took place in Delhi. That model we should adopt. Let us mobilize lakhs of the women's Delhi to sit for until and unless the bill is passed. That should be discussed. That should be agenda for all political parties. From my party, we also discuss to positively so that we can achieve. Otherwise, only speaking and going is not useful, what our government said. So this is my concrete proposal. The months and dates we can decide. Okay. June, July, like that. But massive mobilization, and they should sit here in Delhi, not to move until achieve the position. To achieve the position or go to jail. These two, one achieving the bill, or let us go all jail to sit there to fight it. Like that is my proposal. Please discuss our political parties.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. We've since the last 1.5 hour, we've been having very fruitful and interactive discussion. But the startling facts of India having only 14% women representation in parliament and average of 8% in all state legislatures is really alarming. So we've been hearing a lot of statistics. So can we request the panelists to spend few minutes on what could be the tools that we can leverage within the House, within the Parliament we've been hearing about private members bill, but besides private members bill, what are the other options that we have as parliamentarians who can introduce the bill and get it pushed? Before that, I would like to request Bhupendra Chaudhary ji to have a few words.
मैं सिर्फ इतना कहूँगा कि अभी के नारायण जी ने जो कहा कि पार्लियामेंट में चर्चा, पार्लियामेंट में बिल लाना, वो तमाम चीज़ें जो हैं वो ठीक है, पर क्योंकि किसान आंदोलन मुझे लगता है इससे बड़ी मिसाल आंदोलनों को जीतने की और लड़ाई लड़ने की नहीं मिल सकती है। तो कविता दी, मैं आपसे कहना चाहूँगा ये कि अब सड़कें घेरने का समय आ गया है और आपको करना पड़ेगा ऐसा, अन्यथा मैं बस यही, मतलब मेरा कहने का मतलब यही है कि जब हमारे तो गुरुओं ने सिखाया कि जब भाई हक अपना मांगने से ना मिले तो छीन लो, पर हाँ, आप हम जैसे कुछ पुरुषों को जरूर खड़ा पाएंगी अपने पीछे, लेकिन लड़नी आपको पड़ेगी लड़ाई। बहुत शुक्रिया।
थैंक यू।
Thank you so much. From the time we have taken up the women's reservation bill stand, there has been tremendous support across the party lines. I thank each and every member who came in today. From JMM, Mahua Majiji, from DMK, Tamlachi ji, RJD, Mr. Manoj Shah, from Samajwadi Party, ST Hassan sir, from CPI, Mr. Binoy sir, and CPI, Santosh ji, and Raghav Chadda ji, Aam Aadmi Party, Priyanka Chaturvedi, Shiv Sena, then RLD से मैडम नेशनल वुमेन प्रेसिडेंट है प्रतिभा सिंह जी, RLD से ब्रदर भूपेन चौधरी सिया, एंड प्रेमचंद्रन जी है हमारे RSP से मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट लोकसभा, एंड ऑफ कोर्स हमारे CPI नारायण सर, जनरल सेक्रेटरी नारायण सर इज हियर, एंड प्रोफेसर, आई कीप फॉरगेटिंग योर नेम सर, आई एम सो सॉरी, Dinesh sir, thank you so much, and BRS party MPs, all of you are present here. Thank you so much for each and every one of you. and National Disability Network, Mr. Srinivas Garu, गुरनाम सिंह जी है, राजेवाल जी है, आज़ाद पार्टी से हरजीत सिंह भट्टी जी है, आपको भी धन्यवाद। बस आज कहना इतना ही बात है कि संसद के अंदर और बाहर भी इसके लिए लड़ाई करनी है। संसद के अंदर लड़ाई करने के लिए हमारे सांसद जितने भी हैं उनको वी हैव गिवन अ लॉट ऑफ डेटा टुडे, नॉट दैट दे डोंट नो, but it is our effort as a organization to make sure that we make your work easier. So we did our little bit of research. We formulated a lot of questions. We've also drafted a private member bill that could be tabled. And of course, there are many other ways to keep reminding this government that this was your promise in 2014, that this was your promise in 2019, and you came to power with this promise. So to remind the government with full majority, I believe these are few ways in which we can bring them to, understand and respond to the issue again and again. And of course, संसद के बाहर जो काम करना है, रोड ब्लॉक करना है, सिंह बॉर्डर पे हमें भी बैठना है, वो सब तो करना ही पड़ेगा क्योंकि सरफरोशी का तमन्ना तो दिल में है।
संसद वाला आप कर लीजिए, बाहर वाले में हम साथ हो जाएंगे आपके।
बिल्कुल, इसीलिए हमने वो इंस्पिरेशन के लिए किसान यूनियन से हमारे लीडर्स को बुलाया है। उन्होंने भी कहा है लगातार कि महिलाओं की तो बात होनी ही चाहिए, बराबर आबादी में है तो रिप्रेजेंटेशन में भी बराबरी होनी चाहिए और आगे चल के ये लड़ाई यहाँ पे रुकने वाली नहीं है। सिर्फ ये दूसरा ही मीटिंग है, अब तीसरा होगा, चौथा होगा, लगातार होते ही रहेगा, हर एक राज्य में भी होते ही रहेगा। अल्टीमेटली फ्रॉम दिस मार्च until next session ends, this fight will continue because this government has a chance and a choice to make, and we want this government to tell the women of this country that if they are with us or not with us, then we can also decide if we are with them or not with them. That is a simple agenda. So every kind of meeting will be held, every kind of protest will be held. We will request each and every organization to support us, and we will continue the fight. Today, this is a effort to make sure that we request the parliamentarians to fight within the parliament, and we will continue many such efforts. Once again, I thank all the students who are here, not only just being here, they asked a lot of questions, they participated. Journalism students are also here. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And I thank each and every one of you. MP, okay, VC camp. Okay. There are few more MPs on the way. VMK party is from Tamil Nadu. There are 2 members of parliaments. They are also coming here. Mr. John Brittas he's from CPM. Mr. John Brittas is also joining us shortly. So we will wait for them. But meanwhile, while we are waiting for this, I really wanted the students to understand, because one of the students asked a question that what is the use of introducing a private member bill? Or even our Santosh sir said कि adjournment motion से इससे उससे क्या होगा? एक एक कदम तो आगे बढ़ना होगा, एक एक बार याद तो दिलाना होगा और आगे बढ़ना ही होगा। तो बस यही कोशिश हमारा रहेगा। And meanwhile, what should we do? Waiting for the MPs. People want to ask more questions? Acha. Are they here? The MPs have just come. Students को दीजिए please.
हेलो, नमस्कार मैम। मैम मेरा कविता मैम से क्वेश्चन है कि मैम हम देखते हैं कि रूरल में जो रूरल एरिया है वहाँ पर महिलाएं बाहर नहीं आना चाहती। उनका एक तरीके से फ्यूचर फिक्स रहता है। उनका फ्यूचर ये रहता है कि उनको रसोई में ही रहना है और रसोई में ही रहना है, रसोई का ही काम करना है और उसके बाहर नहीं आना है। तो क्या अगर ये अधिनियम आता है तो क्या उनके लिए भी ये फ़ायदेमंद होगा? क्या वे भी बाहर आ कर के अपने लिए खुद पैसा कमा सकती है?
मैं आपका जवाब देती हूँ। देखिए, इसका फ़ायदा यही होगा कि जिन महिलाओं को सदियों से घर में दबाकर रखा गया है, उन पर टॉर्चर किया जाता रहा है, अब उन महिलाओं की पूछ बढ़ रही है। हमारे स्टेट में आपको पता होगा कि अभी जो पंचायत चुनाव वगैरह हुए हैं, जिला परिषद के चुनाव हुए हैं, चूँकि उसमें महिला रिजर्वेशन था तो स्टेट लेवल पर, तो इसमें ये फ़ायदा हुआ कि घर के पुरुषों ने अपनी पत्नियों को खड़ा किया, बहन को खड़ा किया। कई बार तो उन सीट्स पे पहले उनके पति या भाई या कोई और पुरुष सदस्य खड़ा होता था। चूँकि विमेन रिजर्वेशन हो गया तो अपने घर से किसी ना किसी को उनको खड़ा करना उनकी मजबूरी थी, और जब वो खड़ी होती है तो वो पावरफुल हो जाती है, फिर उसकी पूछ बढ़ती है और पूरे घर में उनका स्टेटस चेंज हो जाता है। यहाँ तक कि उनके बच्चे भी जो पहले अपनी माँ को नहीं पूछते थे वो भी सम्मान देने लगते हैं, क्योंकि जब पॉलिटिकल पावर मिलता है तो फिर लोगों को लगने लगता है कि नहीं, तो सब कुछ चेंज हो जाता है, पूरा सिनेरियो चेंज हो जाता है। तो इसलिए मुझे लगता है ये बहुत ज़रूरी है, ख़ास तौर पर उन इलाकों के लिए जहाँ महिलाएं ज़्यादा प्रताड़ित होती हैं, ज़्यादा दबाई जाती हैं, सताई जाती हैं। शहरी इलाकों में तो फिर भी महिलाएं पढ़ लिख कर अपना एक स्टेटस बना चुकी हैं बहुत इलाकों में, लेकिन रूरल एरिया में इसकी और ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है। धन्यवाद।
I would like to.
Can we invite Honorable MP John Britters to please come onto the stage, and also Honorable MPs Ravi ji and Tol Tirumavalan ji to please come onto the stage.
VMK party, please come.
VMK.
And I wanted to add for your question कि villages में महिलाएं घर में रहना नहीं चाहती है, रसोई में रहना नहीं चाहती है, हमें रसोई में रहना पड़ता है, तो that is the problem. अगर कुछ हमें मौका मिले नौकरी करने का, बाहर जाने का, पढ़ाई करने का, तो ज़रूर वो ऑप्शन ले सकती है महिलाएं भी। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हम रहना चाहते हैं, रहना पड़ता है तो हम रहते हैं, और जहाँ रहना पड़ता है, करना पड़ता है, वहाँ पे भी हमने अच्छे से परफॉर्म किया है। जहाँ बाय चॉइस हम जा सकते हैं वहाँ पे भी हमने अच्छा परफॉर्म किया है। थैंक यू।
हेलो मैम, मेरा नाम अभिमन्यु सिंह है। मैं
थोड़ा आवाज़ बढ़ाइए, माइक का आवाज़ नहीं आ रहा।
ओके मैम। मैम, मेरा नाम अभिमन्यु सिंह है, मैं जर्नलिज्म हूँ। हाँ, मेरा क्वेश्चन सभी पार्टी मेंबर से है कि सभी पार्टी के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन होते हैं और आइडियोलॉजी होती है, बट सभी पार्टी को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में 50% महिलाओं के लिए रिजर्व सीट करना चाहिए, कि फिक्स कर देना चाहिए कि मतलब इतने मेंबर लड़ सकते हैं, मतलब 50% फिक्स। तो इससे तो मतलब सभी पार्टियों में क्या ऐसा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है?
नहीं है, वही तो प्रॉब्लम है ना, सभी पार्टीज में सीट नहीं देते महिलाओं को।
आपकी पार्टी में
बिल्कुल नहीं है।
तो आपकी पार्टी को मतलब ये भी करना चाहिए, तो उसको भी मतलब उसमें भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन चेंज करना चाहिए।
बिल्कुल करना। आई विल टेल यू, सी नॉट ओनली माय पार्टी, एनी पार्टी डजंट हैव द नंबर ऑफ voluntarily giving seats is not a system unfortunately in this country. तो पहले एक रूल बनाते हैं, लॉ बनाते हैं, जो सारे पार्टियां लाइन में आ जाएंगे, उसके बाद तो वुमेन का रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ते ही जाएगा। बट देर आर सम पार्टीज विच वी शुड नॉट फॉरगेट, दे हैव मेड एन एफर्ट टू गिव मोर नंबर ऑफ सीट्स, एंड पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज शुड वर्क बोथ वेज। पार्टी के अंदर भी काम चलना चाहिए, बाहर इलेक्शन कमीशन की तरफ से रूल भी होना चाहिए, तब भी जाके 100% सक्सेसफुल हो सकता है। थैंक यू सो मच। कैन आई, डू यू वांट टू स्पीक फर्स्ट, जॉन?
हाँ, इन्हीं के सवाल का मैं कंटिन्यू ही करना चाह रहा था कि बिल्कुल पार्टीज को देना चाहिए। आपने बिल्कुल जायज़ सवाल उठाया, परंतु एक डिफरेंस है पार्टी और देश के मामले में। वो ये है कि पार्टियों में महिलाओं की भागीदारी कितनी है राजनीति में, और देश की अगर आप बात करेंगे तो देश में आधी आबादी है महिलाएं। पार्टियों में ऐसा होता है कि 90% पुरुष हैं, मात्र 10% महिलाएं हैं। आपने किसी पार्टी का, मैं कोई अपवाद नहीं हूं, मैं भी उसी लीग का हिस्सा हूं, झूठ नहीं बोल रहा भाई, परंतु कभी आपने देखा है कि कोई किसी पार्टी की महिला विंग ने अधिवेशन किया हो और वो एक रैली जितना बड़ा हो गया हो? नहीं, चंद महिलाएं होती हैं, क्योंकि पार्टियों में हिस्सेदारी उतनी होती है। हिस्सेदारी इन सेंस वो उस स्तर पे उनको मौके नहीं मिले हुए होते। इसीलिए हम कह रहे हैं कि अगर पैन इंडिया, अगर आप देश के बारे में बात करेंगे, अगर आपने ग्रामीण महिलाओं के बारे में इन भाई ने थोड़ी देर पहले पूछा था, तो भाई सत्ता हाथ में पकड़ानी पड़ेगी तब वो निकल सकती है रसोई से बाहर। आप ये कहोगे कि जाके ले लो या देख लो, हम आपको एम्पावर करेंगे, सॉरी, ऐसे नहीं होता। आरक्षण संविधान में भी आरक्षण पिछड़ों को भी इसलिए दिया गया था क्योंकि हमारे तमाम हालात ऐसे थे कि अगर हमको कोई ये कह भी दे कि जाके लड़ाई लड़ ले या जा अपना अधिकार ले ले तो हम नहीं ले पा सकते थे। तो बाबा साहब ने वो दिया हमें कि तुमको ये अधिकार है, तुम्हें करना ही पड़ेगा, तब जाके देश सशक्त हुआ है। इसलिए जरूरत है महिला आरक्षण की। बहुत शुक्रिया।
Thank you. Can we have Honorable MP John Britas ji to speak few words on the Women's Reservation Bill?
Thank you very much, Kavitha ji, and the organizers behind this conference. I represent Communist Party of India, Marxist, and as you know, I am a MB from Kerala. See, before becoming an MP, I was a journalist, and I was witness to the spectacle in Parliament, what had happened when this Women Reservation Bill was introduced. It was like a battleground, as though we are permitting our enemies to be part of the Indian Parliament. That was the attitude of many of the political parties. Now, there has been a question which has been raised here, which says that why can't the political parties themselves, reserve seats? This has been the same question which has been asked by those people who are opposing the Women Reservation Bill. Please understand the catch behind that. Unless there is an affirmative action, there won't be representation of the women in Parliament or the assemblies. Let me just tell you my experience. See, when we introduced, I would say, representation of women in local self-bodies, many people, many analysts, they said that this is not going to succeed. There were a lot of people who, predicted doomsayers. What has happened that? There has been a great transformation at the local self-government. The representation of the women has actually gone up beyond 50%. See, representation is not merely to put few people at the administrative level. This is to ensure the participation of the half of the population of this country. Now what is happening? India's ranking is something like the 20th slot from the behind. That should be the slide. Now there is a virtual disenfranchisement that has happened to the women. You want them to vote. And if you look at the statistics, the voting, women vote more than the men. Actually, they are more politically inclined. They want to be part of the political discourse. You won't permit them to be part of the political discourse. If at all you say that the political parties have to reserve seats, what is going to happen? I am sure that Kavithaji's party will field 3 persons from Kerala and they will lose. The quota is completed. That is what these people are saying. You reserve the seats. There are 545 Lok Sabha seats. Hypothetically, you say that every political party will have to field at least 20% of their candidates. BJP will be fielding 20 seats from Kerala. We have only 20 seats for Lok Sabha. So that will not work. So this is just another ploy to defeat the very purpose of this Women Reservation Bill. Now just imagine the scenario of SC/ST brothers. If at all you didn't have the reservation for SC/ST, you would not have, I would say, more than 10 persons in Parliament. Only because the affirmative action has happened. So my firm resolve is that this Women Reservation Bill, which has been gathering dust for decades, needs to be brought. And if there is a government which harp on what is that, Nari Shakti, women empowerment, the empowerment can start only with the participation of the women in decision-making process. Now, unfortunately, the situation in the country is that there is absolutely a vacuum with regard to the representation. There are many sections which are being left out. Think about the minorities. What is the representation for them in the parliament or in assemblies? This has happened to the women also. So I would say that any democracy which needs to be meaningful has to be representative. You need to give representation to the people. So I fully support the very cause of this conference to ensure that there is Women Reservation Bill brought forward and passed. Let us see that this could be the watershed for the Indian democracy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the inspirational
Thank you so much.
words. May I request Honorable MP Tol Tirumavalanji, VCK party, to have a few words for us.
Respected Kavitha ji and dignitaries in the dais, I am Tirumavalavan, President of VCK, Member of Parliament, Lok Sabha. I am here to extend our support to this ambition taken by Kavitha ji. This is need of the hour. We have to support Bharat Jagriti to implement reservation for women in legislations, particularly parliament and legislative assemblies. In Telangana, our Honorable CM KCRG already have given 50% reservation in local bodies. We have to appreciate and congratulate our Honorable CM for his great contribution to the women. He is only a role model in this regard in the nation. Each and every state and chief minister of every state has to follow his decision. 27 years back, we brought a bill in the parliament, 33% reservation for women. Not yet this bill have passed in favor. This is great injustice to the nation, not only to the women. Unless women empowerment, our nation will not get any progress. So women empowerment is very essential to build our nation in positive manner. We are indirectly against to the women empowerment. This is truth. This is fact we have to accept. Because for the past 27 years, this bill was pending. This is a male-dominated society. We proved again and again. So, on behalf of our VCK, I assure that we will be behind with our Kavitha ji and Bharat Jagriti for bringing this bill to be passed. On behalf of VCK, we both, and myself and Mr. Ravi Kumar, MLA from Viluppuram constituency, General Secretary of our party, definitely will support for this women bill. Already we are demanding through struggle and many events that 50% must be provided to the women. 33% is not have any logic. Women population 50%, we know. So 50% of the reservation must be given to the women. anyhow, already introduced a bill in the parliament which is providing 33% to the women. So first of all, we'll try to bring this bill to the House and we'll make it act. That is very essential and need of the hour. So once again, I would like to extend our support to this ambition taken by our Kavitha ji madam. Thank you.
Thank you, Tirumavalavan sir, for your very honest opinions. You very correctly said we are 50% of the population, but somehow with some logic 33% came into existence. And okay, whatever it is, even 33% let us pass is what you have said. Let us all put the efforts to do that. And for this entire women reservation agitation, we have taken one quote as inspiration, which is in Telugu, sir, which says, Dharanilo sagam, Akashamlo sagam, Avakashamlo guda sagam. As in we are half on the earth, half in the sky, we want half in the opportunity. So that is the basic driving force behind this entire movement of Bharat Jagruti. And I sincerely thank each and every one of the participants from the bottom of my heart. And I'll request the participants who actually came down and sat down there for a photograph, sir, if all of us can join here. Gurnam Singh ji, Rajawal ji, Narayana Garu, Dinesh sir, our MPs BRS, please come on to the stage for a photograph. Santosh bhai kahan pe?
Panchpati is a matter of ridicule. Women are taking the decision, they are asserting, and in several cases, they are telling their husbands or the male relatives, mind your business. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
So that concept of backseating, this is not in Kerala and many parts of the country. So that question is actually based on absolutely, wrong points. It's incorrect to the facts, not true to the facts. So kindly understand that women are capable of taking serious decisions. It's happening in many parts of the country, especially in the southern side. I can proudly say in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, in Maharashtra, in many states, women are capable enough to take serious decisions and to get it implemented.
I just want to add one thing, and since it's coming from a very young student and a young mind, this notion of women are being controlled by men has to end. And even if out of 50 women who are, who are elected, some are
अभी नहीं मिलेगा, रुक जाओ। अभी कहाँ से दूंगा? इस पे कौन भी चाहिए? एक स्पीकर तो ले सकता है। अभी रुक जा, अभी नहीं मिलेगा। रुक जा अभी 10 मिनट रुक जा। यहीं रुक जा। ये इसमें होगा ना, इसमें देखियो। स्पीकर इसमें से ले ले। हाँ तो पहले स्पीकर तो निकाल। स्टैंड चाहिए हमको। स्पीकर निकाल ले, उसके बाद ये स्टैंड ले जा।
A student, I would ask you to Google it. There have been studies, many PhD even in Delhi University, where what happened in 1995-96, the reality in 2022-23 is fundamentally different. Now, the idea of Sarpanch Pati is a matter of ridicule. Women are taking the decision, they are asserting, and in several cases, they are telling their husbands or the male relatives, mind your business. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
So that concept of backseating, this is not in Kerala and many parts of the country. So that question is actually based on absolutely, wrong points. It's incorrect to the facts, not true to the facts. So kindly understand that women are capable of taking serious decisions. It's happening in many parts of the country, especially in the southern side. I can proudly say in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, in Maharashtra, in many states, women are capable enough to take serious decisions and to get it implemented.
I just want to add one thing, and since it's coming from a very young student and a young mind, this notion of women are being controlled by men has to end. And even if out of 50 women who are, who are elected, some are supported by their husbands, after the first term, they'll end up taking decisions on their own. But it is a proven fact. It is a proven fact that women, when they're given these kind of positions of authority, they do way better in all indicators of development, in all indicators of inclusiveness, to make a society which is more progressive, more inclusive, and more developed.
Can we have one more question before we have our panelists speak? Or one more.
हेलो मैम एंड सर आई एम श्रेया फ्रॉम IMS एंड मेरा सवाल ये है कि जैसा कि अभी वुमेन्स बिल लागू हो रहा है तो आप लोगों को लगता है कि ये पास ऑन हो जाएगा बिकॉज आई कैन सी मेनी ऑफ द डिफरेंट पार्टी पीपल स्टैंडिंग हियर बट कोई एक पार्टी या फिर सब मिल करके एक पार्टी को बीट नहीं कर पाता है लाइक इफ आई टॉक अबाउट बीजेपी तो वो एक प्रपोजल लाते हैं और बोलते हैं कि हम 2024 तक कर देंगे हम 2022 तक कर देंगे एंड दे एग्जैक्टली डू इट वो करते हैं बट एज एन इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंट पार्टी से नहीं कर पाती है एक जगह आकर के अपना स्टैंड नहीं ले पाते बट आई कैन सी पार्टी के एक लीडर आकर के अपने मुद्दे को रख रहे बट वो एक्सट्रीम लेवल पे नहीं जा पाते नेशनल लेवल पे नहीं जा पाता
Can somebody translate that into English?
Actually, she is asking that individually we speak about this, but there is one party, which is the big party. I mean, she should understand the functioning of parliamentary democracy, how it functions. So you explain that when we individually, she needs your input, that individually we speak, but what is our blueprint in terms of what we propose to do in terms of reservation?
I think if you are in the habit of seeing the news regularly, recently we had celebrated the birthday of our Chief Minister, and that juncture, he had specifically made this point that like-minded parties who have the like-minded ideology should pitch themselves together against, as you say, that one big party to fight battles like this. So it's not the case that we all gather here at one point of time of a certain issues and then we just disperse. A discourse has been going on, and like-minded parties, like are into discussion, and then we will definitely, our party leaders will come to a conscientious decisions when we are facing elections. Not that we are just meeting and then going away or just issue-based things. Most of the political parties who share the same ideology, especially on important issues like this, we are all gathering ourselves together to fight a common enemy. So you can see that probably in the forthcoming elections that a very good, fruitful alliance can be formed up to pitch